Welcome back to the Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast. This is episode 135. Omi is asleep, and I'm really excited because we are diving into something important. Recently, a lot of people that we know, or well, I won't say a lot of people, a few people have family members that have had heart troubles. So today's episode is dedicated to heart health. And since it's Fuel Day, we're talking about nutrition for the working mama and your family. We're going to get into some recipes. We're going to get into all these things. But before we do, if you have been loving this Holistic Freedom Secrets podcast, if that resonates with you, if it's something that you feel like would be helpful for you to hear, take a moment, just like this video, give it a heart if you're on Instagram or Facebook, or just go ahead and subscribe and like it on YouTube, because that really helps us get the word out so that we know that you like this content. We will make more of it, and it will help to inform us as to what you're wanting, what you're looking for, and all those things. Does that make sense?
Well, we're gonna be here regardless.
It helps me. I look at the things. It helps me. And I am so excited to be here with you.
If we were doing this to be super successful on YouTube and Instagram and whatnot, we probably would start to model successful um, podcasts that don't really tell you much but have a lot of energy and not really telling you much. We would probably start to model one of those and spend a whole lot more time on getting the numbers up. But we're going to be here telling the truth regardless of likes and subscribe numbers, just so that there's um because these episodes will age very well into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Right, where our message is aligned with eternal truth. Many other messages out there regarding holistic health are aligned with temporary trends, fads, and
Some
misinformation. Misinformation coming from the biopharmaceutical industry, and so
that part,
um,
that part,
or pseudo spiritualism. And there's a commitment that we have to having our message age well and far into the future. Like, oh, go ahead.
There's Omi. Okay, well,
Go ahead.
Take the wheel, babe. I'm Coach Tensi. I'll see you soon.
Yeah, that was Coach Tensi. She'll be right back. I'm Coach Soul. And that's what we're committed to. We're not committed to the likes. We're not committed to the subscriptions. They will help our message reach more people while we're alive. But, regardless, we are going to be right here doing our thing every morning. So today is Fuel Day. For those of you who don't remember, our podcast follows our 5-prong healing system that consists of the concepts be, cleanse, fuel, move, and shine. Today is Wednesday, so it's Fuel Day. And we are talking about 15-minute heart-healthy meals for busy moms. Of course, these heart-healthy meals also serve dads, husbands, boyfriends, and brothers and uncles. But, the main focus is busy moms, as this podcast seeks to serve the working mom, because that's just our business model. We seek to serve, at least at the front of the line, working moms. I'm like looking at all of my fuzzies on all 3 cameras, and I'm just moving my hair back. Sorry if that's distracting. Anyway, today's tips and recipe help can aid, working moms and their families in dealing with autoimmunity, maybe obesity, or just a little bit of, being overweight. Help you reset your energy, your hormone levels, and just your overall health. right? Nutrition touches everything because we are what we eat, meaning I eat a sandwich, and most of the, depending on the ingredients, most of that sandwich gets divvied up into my physical body, and then the waste is what gets uh, pushed out. And so we are what we eat every day. We're consuming multiple times a day, and that consumption stays in our body, a lot of it. So the first segment we want to talk about is why gut and heart health really matter. And it may feel very self-explanatory, like, well, duh, your heart, passes your blood around, and your blood carries the oxygen from that you breathe, and your gut helps to fight off toxins and um, pass through to your other organs and your muscles the nutrients that are needed, and not pass or kill off the toxins. So of course it's super duper important. Of course it matters. And yes, you'd be right. One thing that we want to add to that is the gut heart connection has a great impact on your hormonal balance. Your hormones pretty much govern how your body feels, both emotionally and physically. Your hormones are going to tell you how you feel, right? And um, suggest to you how you should react to various things that happen, whether it's circumstances or stimuli. How you should react to that will be suggested to you via your hormones. Hi, Omi. You almost slept through the
Yes,
podcast today.
I know.
A healthy gut supports better digestion, immunity to disease, and mental clarity. Healthy heart improves your energy levels, overall resilience, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I said, the heart pumps your blood around. Your blood carries various things. Biggest biggest one being oxygen around the
Oxygen and
body.
nutrients. Yeah.
Yeah, nutrients, as well as the bloodstream carries around T cells and all of that stuff.
Mhm. One thing that I want to highlight is oftentimes, whenever we think of heart health, we kind of think of it in isolation of the other things going on in our bodies. But just like you were alluding to, it affects so much. Our heart health affects reproductive health, it affects digestion, it affects brain health, it affects whether our muscles are performing well or not. It affects a lot. And there's a big role in heart health, especially with men. Men have a lot of, like a crazy high percentage of having heart related causes of death versus women. And so the boys and the men in your life, in your family, sometimes you need to give a little extra care and attention to that. Um, and maybe they might not know all the things yet, but it's good to whenever you're making your meals for your family or anything like that, or for yourself, or you're talking with someone that has struggled with um, a heart condition or anything like that, that you can bring to the table some of the things that you learn and that you gain and that have worked and helped you. And that's what this podcast is about for me, because we if you go to your doctor, you probably have heard that omegas are helpful for heart health, and so they probably recommended something like fish oil or something like that. But honestly, sometimes with fish oil and things like that, it also comes with traces of heavy metals because of the pollution of the oceans and seas and things. And some other times the fish are shot with certain things that also contain heavy metals and poisons, other
Yeah,
poisons in them. So you don't want that in your body. And some other ways to get the omegas are through plants. So specifically hemp seeds, which are also a complete protein. They offer a beautiful balance of omega 3s and 6s. And there have been studies where it's been found and proven that you, taking a high dose of omegas, especially omegas 3s and 6s, um, in their natural balance, like in the hemp seed, that will allow for you to reverse pain in the body. It helps and is more effective than ibuprofen and aspirin with when it comes to pain management. So even if that's something that you're struggling with along with heart health, it's helpful. So and the healthier that your gut is, the healthier that your heart is, and the better it will function, because that good gut army is working through your entire body. The microbiome, the good gut army headquarters, is also there's a mirrored one in your mouth, in your womb, in different areas of the body. So does that make sense? Let me know in the comments if you're watching. And we're gonna keep going. So one of the things that we need to consider is how listening to the body is your guide for what foods that your body is asking you for to help heal. So if you experience cravings, and we've covered this on a previous podcast, talking about cravings and how they're linked to a nutrient deficiency. And whenever we have that flash in the mind of chocolate, we're craving magnesium. Or if it's, salty foods or sweet foods, they all have their own different mineral that they're needing. And so your body needs minerals. That's essential. Just like how your gut needs fiber, aka from the fruits and veggies, beans, and seeds and nuts and tings.
Your body needs dirt. Just kidding.
Your body needs the natural minerals, and that helps boost our cells up. It helps with low energy. It helps with all those things.
So now in the second segment, we want to give you some recipes for 15-minute recipes, or start off with a 10-minute recipe for heart health maintenance.
Well,
heart gut health maintenance, pardon me.
All three of these recipes will take about 15 minutes, give or take, to make. But we have three, one for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner, that we brainstormed together. Well, I brainstormed, yeah. But these are going to be great for the whole family. It's
now,
going to
you
be
could
great.
have left it at we brainstormed, but yeah, I didn't help brainstorm because I don't.
But these are some that they're going to be packed with protein. They're going to help support your heart. They're all plant-based, so you don't have to worry about cholesterol or anything like that.
Bad cholesterol, that is.
Exactly. And really bad cholesterol is just trying to repair your artery walls, and it's an indication that something that you're eating is tearing at them. So you got to stop something. Okay. But yes. So this first one is chia hemp berry power bowl. Okay.
Chia hemp berry power bowl. This is a breakfast option.
Berry power bowl. And here are the ingredients that you're going to need. I'm just going to read off the recipe. If you want to get your pen, paper, write this down. If you need to rewind, go ahead and do that. Okay, so here it is. Ingredients. You're going to need 8 tablespoons of chia seeds. You're going to need some hemp seeds, about 8 tablespoons of them. Okay, you're going to need 4 cups of almond milk, unsweetened. And really, for the almond milk, we like to make it ourselves, so you don't have the added extraness. But you can also get the organic Califia brand of almond milk. That is simple enough that it's fine.
Yeah, 3 ingredient almond milk.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need
almond milk and water. I'm sorry. Couldn't help it.
That's not it. Oh, but if you're making it yourself, it's just almonds, filtered water, and a pinch of Himalayan sea salt or Celtic salt. Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. 4 teaspoons of maple syrup, or you can swap out the maple syrup for instead of 4 teaspoons, a half teaspoon, or even up to 1 teaspoon. That might be a lot. Start with a half teaspoon of monk fruit powder without the additive that has the E in it. So if you find it without that additive that starts with an E. It's evil, and it's been linked to chronic illness. So we don't want that. Okay. But monk fruit powder, or you can use dates, fresh dates. I love them. They're great. Chop them up, put them in there. Or you can use coconut sugar. You can find that at Walmart. Just put a little teaspoon of coconut sugar. Boom shakalaka, mix it in. Ow! All right. These are low glycemic options as opposed to maple syrup. Is quicker to spike blood sugar rather. Okay. Next up, 2 cups of fresh or frozen berries. Okay, so I like the fresh. You can, if you got frozen, let them thaw off a little bit. There you go, boom shakalaka. All right, 4 teaspoons of cinnamon and 4 tablespoons of crushed walnuts. Now with the walnuts, if you can soak them ahead of time, like put them in a mason jar with some filtered water, put it in the fridge ahead of time. Do that because that's going to help with gas. Soak them, rinse, drain off the water, rinse it, drain it again. Boom shakalaka. All right, so you're going to take these ingredients. Start off with your dry ingredients, and you're just going to combine them in a little bowl. And for each serving, it's just about 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, 2 tablespoons of hemp seeds, and then a teaspoon of cinnamon. And if you want to add any other spices, you can mix those up. Okay. And then you're going to add in your wet ingredients. So that would be your almond milk. If you're using something that's like maple syrup, then you can use maple syrup. But you're going to add that in. Just basically, if you're just making it for one, divide it into 4 parts. If you're making the whole recipe, make the whole recipe then, and then just put it into 4 different jars for 4 different servings. Yay. All right. So next, after you go ahead and pour in the wet ingredients, you're going to just mix it really well to get rid of any clumps from the chia seeds. Let that sit for at least 5 minutes. Wash your berries, prepare your berries in the meantime. And then top each bowl off with the berries, top it off with an extra little dash of cinnamon, and top it off with the walnuts. And if you have those fresh dates, you can top it off with a fresh date on each. That'll give a little pop of sweetness surprise.
That's it.
And that's it. You can keep it in the fridge. You can take it with you to go. They travel really well in mason jars. It's great. But if you go on a plane, then you're gonna have to get with that silicone.
Yeah, and if you don't know how much chia seeds thicken things after 10 minutes or so, then you'll probably be surprised at how thick it is after it sits.
Yeah. And of course, taste and tweak. If you taste it and you're like, I would like a little bit of cardamom, or a little bit of clove, or a little bit of whatever, a little bit of ginger, whatever it is, do that. Okay, do it. Taste and tweak it. And when it comes to the spices, when it comes to all that, you can even add a little mini pinch of Himalayan sea salt. Put it on top. Taste and tweak it. You'll love it. Yay!
Second recipe is warm quinoa and red cabbage power bowl. So we got 2 power bowls for you. This is like a lunch option, midday reset option. The ingredients you'll need is 4 cups of cooked quinoa, 2 cups of shredded red cabbage, 2 cups of sauteed kale. Don't want to be eating too much raw kale.
Yeah.
4 tablespoons of olive oil, extra virgin. 4 teaspoons of garlic powder, or as much garlic powder as
you would like. Yes.
We love garlic powder.
It's great for the heart too.
4 tablespoons of vegan tahini,
which is just really ground sesame seeds.
Yep. ground sesame seed sauce, if
Yeah.
you will.
Butter, sesame seed butter.
Yeah. 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, not the uh,
Not Bragg's brand.
Bragg's brand,
Used to
not the
be good,
Bragg's
no
brand,
longer good. Thank
and
you.
4 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds.
Mm.
Okay, you're going to divide the cooked quinoa evenly into 4 bowls. Top each bowl with 1/2 cup shredded red cabbage and 1/2 cup sauteed kale. Drizzle about 1 tablespoon of olive oil, some garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of tahini, and 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar over each bowl. Sprinkle with pumpkin seeds and serve warm for a hearty, nutrient-packed meal.
Now, if you want to get fancy, you can, and you like mushrooms, right? If you like mushrooms and you want to get fancy, then get you some oyster mushrooms or lion's mane mushrooms, and shred them up with your fingers. Shred them up, put them in a pan, little avocado oil in there. Put your little spice blend in there, garlic powder. Put a little. If you have rosemary, put a little rosemary. If you have, pick one other herb that you love, put that in there, and then sprinkle a little bit of sea salt, and cover it with a lid for a little bit, and just let those juices just kind of get all up in there. You can add a little onion if you like that. And once those are cooked, remember, you don't want to crowd the pan, so you spread them out in the pan so that they can cook evenly. Give them a little flip, and then you take all the mushrooms and you put that on your bowl too. That would be so good, so good. And you can add a little kimchi if you want to be fancier when it comes to the things. If you like kimchi, add a little kimchi on top. And if you want a little extra sauce, you can add a little extra of this dressing. You can add a little fresh date in it if you want to pop a sweetness. Um, those are some cool options, some cool adaptions that I like, and that you might like it too. If you like a little spice and you want to also support that heart health and blood circulation, add a little cayenne pepper to it as well. Yes, we love to see it.
Yeah. And the last recipe we got for you is garlic lemon lentil soup with side salad. This is obviously a dinner option. And really, really, really good for that heart and gut reset.
Yes.
So ingredients for the soup. No, let's start with the ingredients for the salad. Because the salad, you make the salad first, set it aside, then you make the soup. Eat the soup warm and hot. Ingredients for the salad is 8 cups of mixed greens, 8 cups of mixed greens, 2 cups of shredded carrots, 4 tablespoons of
Balsamic vinegar.
balsamic vinaigrette.
Oh, well, no.
And
Okay, go ahead. Well, I'll
4
do the
tablespoons of pumpkin seeds. And then ingredients for the soup: 4 cups of cooked lentils, 8 cups of vegetable broth, 8 cloves of minced garlic, 4 juice. Oh, excuse me, the juice of 4 lemons. So you cut 4 lemons in half and take out the seeds. 4 teaspoons of turmeric, 4 teaspoons of cumin, and then some fresh, cilantro for garnish. I like cilantro.
If you don't like cilantro, you can choose parsley. Mwah. Kiss.
She's smiling.
I know. The thing about the lentils, they're packed with protein, and Omi is officially like, let me go. Okay, I don't buy I don't buy vegetable broth anymore. I stopped buying vegetable broth. What I do now instead is I make my own. So especially with a soup, here's a quick way to make your own vegetable broth. Add extra onion, add extra garlic, add extra herbs and spices into it. So I love turmeric in the broth. Parsley is great last minute, so it's not great necessarily to be in the broth itself because it cooks so quickly. But Some other things I love in a broth are leeks. Leeks are great if you have access to leeks. You can swap out leeks for other things. It doesn't have to be leeks. Um, there's also, when it comes to the ginger, fresh ginger is great. It doesn't have to be that way, but it's phenomenal. And with the broth, I just put extra of everything. So if you are eating carrots, then put some carrots in there as well. If you're eating these different things, add them in. It's going to make for a heartier soup. Also, because you don't have to pull them out afterwards, as long as you chopped up the things kind of, fine, especially when it comes to the garlic, and you just chopped up the onion and not putting like big old chunks in it just because you're trying to make a broth. But you can just let that simmer a little extra. Yeah. And the thing is that one hack when it comes to gut health for this soup, and this applies across the board, it also applies to the quinoa, any grain, any bean, any legume, you always want, and nuts as well, and like the pumpkin seeds, the hardier seeds that are harder. One thing that you're going to want to do is soak them ahead of time. So whether it's the night before or it's a 12 hours before, you want to put these things in a bowl, cover them in water, filtered water, and just let them sit, and they're going to rehydrate. One thing about it too is when it rehydrates, it's releasing every plant has its defense mechanism. It's like, you ain't gonna get me. Ah. But when it soaks, it gets to release that. So you want to pour off that water. Don't use that water. Pour off the water, rinse it again in some new filtered water, and then stir it around in that so you can get all the stuff, the coating off of it, and then rinse that again until the bubbles stop forming on top, until it's clear water. You're going to keep rinsing, right? And then you cook those lentils and you add all the spices, you add all the things into it. Okay, so it takes a little bit of prep time, but that if you ever have gas or bloating after eating beans, nuts, seeds, it's going to be so worth it. Okay, so it has a little pre-work, but once you have it queued up, then when you're making the meal and you're just throwing them all in the pot, and you leave the cilantro, you leave the fresh herbs for later, just put all the dried herbs that you have in there, then that's going to be so helpful. And of course, taste and tweak when it comes to the salt. Add that in, and it has to be sea salt. We're not talking about table salt because that has added chemicals that mess us up. So sea salt, like Himalayan sea salt or Celtic salt, those are phenomenal. Okay. And that's some things to keep in mind. All right. You can use a similar dressing that you use for the Power Bowl for the salad too. If you don't like carrots, use zucchini. If you don't like zucchini, use cucumber. If you don't like this veggie, use that one. We have on our website the nutritional guide, which has the different examples of stuff you can swap things out for, like a different veggie, a different seed, or a different whatever. Lean into that. Lean into that. It can be phenomenal to play around with. And yeah, so when it comes to the soup itself, because everything, lentils, especially red lentils, they don't take super long to cook. It can be done within 15 minutes. So one thing I like to do if you are really strapped for time is start on the soup, and then make your salad while the soup is cooking, so that by the time it's all done cooking, everything's ready. And yeah, that'll give you a nice little nourishing dinner. Let me see. For the ingredients, I think I already covered that. So let's wrap up with how do you tune into your body's cues, right? So we mentioned, when it comes to the food cravings, your body always getting your diaper changed. Okay, your body is trying to communicate what it needs. And it does it in the form of cravings. It does it by dropping or bringing up your energy levels. It does it by, for example, if you're craving something crunchy, that might be an indication that you might need more fiber in your diet. If you're feeling sluggish, you might need to incorporate more healthy fats because maybe your blood sugar spiked up and Papa Soul Child. You're doing great, babe. Yeah. So just to recap, if you're feeling like a little fatigued, a little sluggish, that's a sign that your body is needing some more healthy fats. So that's your avocado, fresh avocado, or it could be avocado oil, organic, right? It could be coconut oil. It could be just some healthy fat. It could be a nut butter if you're not doing oil at all, right? So when it comes to the nut butters, of course, the almond butter could be an example. So we're keying to these signs and reading the signs of our body. And I want to encourage you to keep track of the foods that make you feel empowered, that make you feel good, that don't leave you feeling sluggish or depleted after the meal is ended or 2 hours later. What are the foods that allow for you to have some more flexibility in your diet that you love to eat, that don't take you all day to make? Take a note down of those things. What's in your thrive zone? And when it comes to the thrive zone, you want to consider what's in your thrive zone from these 3 different lenses. So there's what you love, what you need, and what your spirit is calling you to, or what you have access to right now, what you're ready for, what's right for you right now. When you bring those 3 together, that is when you are finding that the foods that you're eating are so fulfilling, that they feel good to eat, and that you love eating them because you chose them from your thrive zone. So even though we gave you some recipes today, what I want you to do is tweak them, remix them so that they are in your thrive zone. Or pick something new that's in your thrive zone and just swap out some of the things so that you can actually have that fulfillment in the foods that you're eating, and it's supporting your gut health, and it's supporting your heart health, and it's supporting your hormones, so that it's a fulfilling journey. You feel me? That's what it's all about. It's about that fulfillment along the way. So, lastly, if you would like the guide where it gives you those different signs and cues as to what hormone your body's calling out for, then drop the word guide in the chat and I got you. Good day. On YouTube, I see Tequila Stanifer. Hopefully I did not pronounce that wrong, but if I did, let me know. Charge it to my heart, not my head. My head, not my heart. That's the phrase, head, not the heart. There you go. But hopefully this has been super helpful. But just let me know and I'll send you the link to our guide so that you can have that. And I see you guys. I see. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna reply to your comment with the link. No worries. Okay, good. Oh, I'm glad I pronounced it right. Because that matters to me. Okay. So, but one last word is today is really about empowering your connection with yourself. And that's why we shared these recipes with you. And a word of encouragement, just remember that your body knows exactly what it needs at every given moment in time. And it's giving you these signs and these signals. And so when we begin to learn these signals, begin to read the body signs, then you're able to customize the tweak on the fly so that you can course correct that brain fog. You can course correct that energy slump. You can course correct that heart palpitation or whatever is going on to strengthen you in everyday life. This is what it's about. It takes these daily habits of strengthening these daily habits in order to find ourselves in that true vision of freedom for our health, for our families, and for our lives. So if you're ready to dive deeper into holistic health and really create a sustainable, empowered lifestyle for you and your family, whether that is to reverse autoimmunity or reverse obesity in your home or whatever it is, then I really want you to take a moment to join us for Thrive Zone. This is an event that's happening one time, January 20th. It's MLK Day. It's happening here in Austin, and it's a 3-hour holistic freedom reset designed specifically for working moms and their families. So if that's you, then you need to at least click that link, boo. Okay, you need to click that link in our description of this video and go check it out now. Check it out now and get your ticket. Especially the VIP one will allow for you to take your healing journey on, for not just now, not just the event, but really continue the healing journey with some hands-on help and some sustainable guidance along the way, and accountability and things of that nature. And a cute little goodie bag of things that are going to be just great all around the world that serve the thrive zones of everyone. Yes. So yeah, check that out. Click the link, and I'll see you in the next episode where we're talking about move. We're getting into move day on Thursday. So with that being said, take good care. I got you, Tequila. I got you, girl. And I'm going to get you in the comments.
Tequila.
Yes, yes. She is watching. She is here, honey. Yes. And I'll see y'all later, in Facebook world and Instagram land. All right. Let me get you the link real quick before we hop off this live. Because just in case the live chat goes away, I just want to make sure you can see it. Okay. All right, here it is. Copy. Here is the it's called the Hormone Hero Guide. Let me know if you can see it and you can download it. Just let me know in the comments or the chat so I know that you got it. And then we're going to close out. Okay. All right. All right. Take good care, loves. We'll see you next time. Peace.